Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome to today's session of On Air with Boss. Our guest for today is Zabad Anwar. Zabad, can you walk us through your journey at Beacon House?
I started with kindergarten as a kindergarten student, and I remember I went to Gulshan campus in Karachi. Beacon House kind of became my identity. You know, I was a Beaconite, I was a star, known everywhere, and whatever I think I kind of enjoyed the journey at my school.
So, Zabad, if you were supposed to classify your school experience in 3 words or phrases, what would you choose?
It's been superb. It's been amazing. It's been a very educational and personal journey for me. So yeah, those are my 3 words, kind of 4 words.
Can you tell us about one fondest memory associated with Beacon House?
The convocation. I think that is my fondest memory because I remember I gave a speech where I appreciated all my teachers and my principals and my fellows. And that day, you know, when I was stepping out of school, I found myself. So I think that is one beautiful memory, standing in front of, you know, all your fellows and your teachers and feeling proud of yourself.
Do you remember any naughty incident from school?
I remember there was a building besides our campus,
Mm-hmm.
and we used to throw pebbles from the roof, trying to wake everybody up 9 in the morning.
Oh my God.
A lot of things that we have done. Very naughty.
Have you ever pulled a prank that you didn't get caught for?
We bunked our class. We were all found in the library under the tables. And our poor teacher, you know, the entire period she was looking for us throughout the school. And I think she knew I was the mastermind. Everybody told her that, you know, it was Zabad's idea. She punished everybody, but not me.
Except for
She
you?
said Zabad can't do it.
What's one canteen snack that you miss till date?
Canteen samosas.
So Zabad, if your campus life was a movie, what would the title be?
Avengers.
If your campus life was a song, what would the song be?
Billie Jean or Thriller.
Zabad, is there anyone from your campus who would make an amazing TV show host?
I can make a good TV host, but it has happened in real life because, you know, Sidra Iqbal was our senior and her sister was my junior. I think her sister would also make a very good TV host.
And what show would she be hosting?
An informative, education-based show.
No drama or anything?
No drama. I think I would do a better job at drama movies.
So Zabad, if the library in your campus had a secret floor, what would we find on the floor?
I actually kind of wrote a story based on the same concept while I was in school, that, you know, my library kind of had a secret chamber behind one of the shelves that I open, and when I go on the other side, it was not Narnia, but it was an ocean.
Wow.
That's a story that I'd written back in school. There's an ocean and there's a mermaid who is apparently my friend. So that could be it.
Zabad, are you in touch with any of your friends?
A lot of them, also, although they're everywhere in the world today doing really good. But I made sure of connecting. And we also have a WhatsApp group.
And are you in touch with any of your teachers?
I had contacts of a few. But thanks to Facebook, you know, you keep on connecting somehow.
Zabad, what kind of student were you?
I would not restrict myself to textbook knowledge. And even in the classroom, you know, my concentration was always drifting. And if a topic seemed to interest me, I would go and research. In my recess, I would be sitting in the library, opening an encyclopedia and researching over and over again about those things, and that kind of added to my knowledge. And again, I was found more into doing extracurricular activities, more into dramatics, more into creatives. arts, especially. I was the head of art society. I remember my art teacher, Miss Ruxana, especially in history class. I was usually found zoned out because I could kind of visualize all those historical figures. I would reach in that era and kind of see myself indulging.
Wow, that's some imagination.
Yes, and I was very imaginative. I was full of imagination. So my mother used to ground me by punishing me. I wasn't allowed to draw, but my teacher, I remember, and she told her in the parents-teacher meeting that your child is an artist.
If there's any one thing from campus that could be named after you, what would you choose?
The art room. Or the auditorium, maybe.
Zabat, did you have a favorite subject in school?
Besides art?
Yes.
History.
What's the most creative excuse you ever used for a late submission?
I was usually on time, but I think I used my health or my mom's health or my grandmother's health. Those were easy excuses.
Did you have a study buddy in school?
I did.
Would you like to give them a shout out?
Actually, I would love to give, not just a study buddy and all kind of, the person who also helped me understand myself or my attitude. Sometimes you are not good at knowing who you are. And maybe you're inside your shell, and then there's one friend who kind of tells you, these are the main qualities in you and you need to focus on them. And I think that one friend for me was Aisha Munir in Beacon House PCHS Cambridge branch.
So how has Beacon House shaped your personal and professional journey?
I was a very different student. I was not somebody who could be confined in a classroom. I would rather learn outside, and my teachers understood this. So they kind of encouraged me and put me into every extracurricular activity. I was seen more outside of the classroom than inside. I was into debates, I was into competitions, I was going from one region to another, going from one city to another representing Beacon House. And that is why, even today, I am very good at the groundwork and very good at management and very good at leadership because I was made to become a leader.
Zabat, can you tell us some of the projects you're currently working on?
So I have a film coming up. It's called Mahapara. It's a short film, mainly a musical. I've kind of, it's an experiment. I've kind of tried to do it very differently. So here we're looking at the story of Anarkali from a different perspective. And I've given it a more feminist angle and, trying to break the patriarchal pain that the woman suffered in her time. So, and it's very interesting. I've done the costumes myself, I've directed it and produced it myself.
Wow.
So do give it a watch, you're going to love it.
And we are definitely going to wait for it. When does it release?
After Eid, inshallah.
Inshallah. So Zabat, what's the most difficult decision you've had to make professionally?
I didn't believe in sticking to, one form of art and not kind of gripping up to another one. I started off as a gallery practitioner at first. And then I learned the digital advancements and digital skills that were, the need of the hour. And after that, I thought that, I already belonged to the media industry, but I'd never thought that I am going to become part of it. Because I always wanted to be an artist and, I wanted my paintings to be exhibited in the galleries. The most difficult decision, I would say, is become anything else and not just confine yourself into one practice or one medium, because usually as an art, I will speak for myself. Usually it's very difficult for artists to kind of change their mediums.
Yes.
And it's a very difficult decision because everybody kind of looks down upon you. What kind of an artist are you if you do not stick to your medium? Because, that's your signature style and that's what kind of defines you.
Yeah. So Zabat, there's a preconceived notion or idea that people who engage towards the creative side, they don't end up making a lot of money. It's not a financially stable profession per se. What advice would you have for people who want to pursue a career in creativity?
See, if you do not understand finances, then no field is going to end up giving you financial benefit. And earlier, creativity was confined to very limited professions. Now, especially, with the technical advancements, creativity has a lot of different forms. There's creativity in almost every field, and I don't see any medium or any field that doesn't have a creative section. Like even in education, even in advertisements, even in medical, even in engineering, there's a block for creatives. There's a department for artists.
Zabat, is there any one myth about your profession that you would like to debunk?
There are many myths like this. The one that we discussed right now about, it's not a very financial career, and then it's not safe for women. That's another myth. It's not just that media or art or creative professions are not safe or they don't have healthier spaces for women. It's everywhere.
So Zabat, how has AI impacted your line of work?
See, AI has affected my line of work in a lot of ways, but I don't see it as a competition. I see it as a huge help. It's very easy to create something and then replicate it. You don't have to constantly think too much about anything. And AI is helping you in so many ways.
Zabat, if somehow you got hold of a time machine and you could travel back in time, is there something that you would do differently?
If I had to answer this question 10 years from now, I think I would say yes, maybe I would focus more on, a certain subject. But now I don't think so.
So if you were to write a letter to your former self, what would the letter read?
I would rather appreciate my former self for kind of becoming who I am today. And I would tell my former self to, I thank my former self for not being afraid of making mistakes, not being afraid of failing and trying again.
Zabat, what message do you have for the current students of Beacon House?
Enjoy your time. This is not going to come back and you're going to miss it.
Thank you so much, Zabat, for joining us on today's session of On Air with Boss. It was lovely chatting with you.
Likewise.
And good luck for all your ventures.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Maria.
Zabat has built a dynamic journey across filmmaking, media, and visual storytelling, combining creativity with purpose-driven expression. She's an artist, a filmmaker, a podcast host, and a media professional with over a decade of experience across the creative industry. Her work spans commercials, fashion editorials, theatre productions, and films, reflecting a unique ability to blend artistic storytelling with meaningful social and cultural narratives. Over the years, she has collaborated with renowned studios, including YWQ Design Studio and Color Coded Crime, building a strong presence within Pakistan's contemporary creative landscape. Today, as the head of entertainment at Wash Television, she leads projects focused on original storytelling, media innovation, and impactful visual content. Through her work in film, media, and creative direction, Zabat continues to push artistic boundaries while creating narratives that inspire conversation, expression, and cultural engagement.
Beacon House Old Student Society, BOSS, building a community together.